Hi everyone, it's Steve from ProntoSpot. Wanted to walk you through a demo of the system and kind of explain ProntoSpot and what it is and how it can help at a 30,000 foot view, and maybe we'll get down to a 10,000 foot view. And wanted to give you a quick overview. So the whole idea here with a bunch of silly graphics is that a client has an idea, talks to a media buyer, they generate a media order, a creative producer goes and makes that ad. If it's a media file, if a PDF, it's going to a magazine. If it's a 30-second commercial, a TV spot, those insertion orders and those media files are coordinated by a traffic manager. Traffic instructions are sent out to a vendor or broadcaster, and they send it out to the world. That's as easy as I can explain it. Now, how do we actually get these files together, and how does all of this come together? ProntoSpot deals with all of the light blue items here. Insertion orders are generated in another system, the Advantage system, and then the media files are uploaded to ProntoSpot or other areas, and then we generate traffic instructions to be sent out to the vendors and the broadcasters. So how does all that work? Let me show you. Once you log into ProntoSpot, there's several different things in here. There's a dashboard here that kind of tells you creative files that are pending approval, insertion orders that don't have traffic instructions yet, and here's traffic instructions that don't have media files to them. There's an activity log of things that are going on down here. And let's just start out with the basics. You can have your creative producers, or you as an administrator can upload creative files to this. Creative producers only have access to upload files. They can't do anything else. I'm going to browse my computer and find real quick an item, promo days, popcorn days promo here as a radio spot. I can then give that a name, a title, and description. So popcorn days. Days for Sacred Heart. I can do ISCI codes, it's ISKI codes. Here, if it's applicable, I can also give a client hint to if that has any other information. So promo spot for July 2018 for Sacred Heart in St. Louis, something like that, whatever you need to do. You can save that, uploaded that file to the computer, and here it is. It's already in the system. Now, since I'm an administrator, that file is already approved and already can be used. That checkbox is right there. If you need to do something and delete this creative file and upload it again, you certainly can do that. You cannot delete it once it has been used and assigned into a traffic instruction, but mistakes happen, so we're going to let you make that change right there. And then that information is in there. Now let's go over to the insertion orders. We've got insertion orders that are coming in from the Advantage system, and they're all shown in here. All kinds of different filtering here, but I'm going to show a quick one here. I'm going to just look for the client company as Heart. Here I've got an internet order, I've got a consumer magazine order, I've got a newspaper order, I've got a radio spot. Now, nothing happens in our system until we actually engage these and actually make traffic instructions. So I can actually do create checkbox here. I can go into it and look at the details to make sure I'm looking at it. So in this case, it's a AM radio station, and here we've got one spot that is due in 56 days. And good news, we've got that information in early. So I can click generate traffic instruction here, and it tells you what's going on. And so that is just kind of our checkpoint that says, okay, I've acknowledged that type of thing. But let me go back to here and show you kind of the bulk actions we can do as well. I can multiple check these things and then generate traffic instructions for all of these things at once. Let's say I'm sending out this creative to 15 or in this case 4 or 5 or 6 whatever radio stations. You can do that as well. And obviously I've already created 2, so I haven't screwed anything up by creating 2 more here, but now we have a traffic instruction for that. So I'm pretty much done with this screen for now. I'm going to hop over to the traffic instruction screen, and again, this is should be a more refined list of traffic that you're working on. Again, same filtering, or actually some more advanced filtering in here that I'll explain, and we can explain in personal demos with you. But here I'm going to do the same type of thing. I have a heart, so here's the Sacred Heart Hospital, and here's those 4 traffic instructions that we're talking about. Still got the media types over here as well. All of these screens have the same type of filtering. You could do multiple filters. You could do all or any, so you can actually change things around. You can say that the campaign contains some word here, and then it contains any of those and all, so that's an or versus an and. And you can also change the columns on everything. So here's a whole bunch of different information. If you're concerned about markets and campaigns, you certainly can add those items here, link IDs, dates, and such. I'm not going to change that because it's going to reload the screen, but you get the point. And so let me go into this traffic instruction. You're going to see it looks exactly like an insertion order, except two new features have shown up. One is that there's an email this instructions section here, and two is that there's now an icon here so you can actually assign media files to this. This one's pretty simple. It's a single radio spot doing 56 days. I'm going to click this button, and then I'm shown the assign media screen. And here I have a lot of different things I can do. I'm going to click add a row. I can add multiple rows to this. On the first one, I'm going to say that this media is located in ProntoSpot. Now, it automatically, just by me popping it up, is showing me the last 5 files that I've uploaded. So I just uploaded that Popcorn Day spot, and there it goes. Now, if anybody was using a previous version of ProntoSpot, that's where everything stopped. But now, this new version of ProntoSpot allows you to put in multiple media files in the same cell. And if you have day parts, all, and rotation 50-50 kind of a deal, you can put that information in here as well. But let's say there's also information that is located elsewhere for this. Perhaps you put something in a Dropbox, find the media file in Dropbox.com/whatever, and that's where the media file is. Some institutions are required to send it to the broadcaster. If you're a cable provider or something like that, you send the media file over to them, so it's not stored in your system. So this is where that information would go. And I don't really have to put in the day part and the rotation, and frankly, I could put in anything in here. So I could put $, I could put a little @ signs, whatever you guys use for codes here. It doesn't matter. It's just strings for us. And so we've got to assign these files to all spots, which will replace any existing files that are there, and then we can assign these files to all empty spots. But in this case, we don't really care because we've only got that one. Now we've done several different things here. We've added a JPEG and a promo spot, obviously, and then a certain file. So I'm going to hit save and put that down here, and now you see it makes a little A and kind of maps that out and shows you that same information. Cool part here is you can actually click this and it's going to download those files for you right there. So if you come back and visit that later, great, you've got it there. But now we need to, if we go back to this process, I've taken the media files and the insertion orders and I married them together into the traffic instructions. Now I need to do this. I need to get it out to the vendor. So what do I do there? I'm going to email these instructions. Now in this case, looks like somebody has not put in the vendor rep 1 and the vendor rep 2 information here for this radio station. So when I click email these instructions, it's just going to have my email address in here because I've elected to always send me a CC. This can be sent to anybody, anywhere, any email address. So if you've got a person from this and you happen to know their email and it just doesn't happen to be in the insertion order, maybe it's mary@wdvam.com or whatever, and I could just type that in, I click that button, and then that's there. If I wanted to send it to somebody else at steve@prontospot.com, then you just click that and you add it there. All of these emails will be sent separately, so we don't have to worry about cross-contamination or people getting interesting stuff. And then you have a preview of what the email is being sent out to the bottom. Nice big call to action, view the traffic instruction there, and then a detail of what they're going to see in this email with the description. Most of these descriptions can be updated as a template, and you're ready to rock. But everybody gets a unique link so we can track that. So I'm going to hit send right now. And let's go take a look at what we got. So like I said, we're in the demo system. Let's take a look at what we got. We're going to go hop into our email for this account. And we're probably already going to see that it's already there. Great. So there it is. This is the email that's coming through. Obviously, I'm in a test system, but you notice there's a couple things in here as well. There's a new file uploaded to ProntoSpot. So that email can be sent to anybody, that traffic coordinator person, to know that a new media file has been uploaded. We give you all the information that we were provided, and you can also link straight to that to view it or edit it straight up. If everything looks fine, you just can go to view it. If you want to click on edit, that's going to hop you right back in. And I realize that I've switched accounts, so I have to swap back to my other browser real quick and do this. And this is the URL I'd normally hit. And then there you go. I'm straight into that media file, and so I'm editing that information right there. So you don't have to go hunt it down. So if you keep all of these emails in your inbox, these are unique in the subject, but certainly you have things you can search for in there. If I go back to the inbox, this is now what the traffic instructions are being sent to that to that vendor or broadcaster. So we're looking at that end result. Now obviously we don't want to send out emails to these people and make them log in for that. So this is all anonymous information. Certainly we have a link, just like you're linking to a Google Doc or a Dropbox or something like that. The big call to action here, view that traffic instruction, all of this information. If that big button doesn't work at the top, here's the URL at the bottom here. And again, if you have to forward this, maybe you're on vacation or maybe somebody's watching your inbox or what have you, they obviously can click on this to get that information as well. So I just click on it. I'm shown that traffic instruction. Notice I don't see anything else on the screen except the information that I need as the broadcaster. I can print this, so I'm going to see a nice print preview version if I need that for whatever reason. And then I've got the actual files that I need to download or learn more about. So how do we confirm this type of information? So say I need to download this MP3. Here's that acknowledgement, insertion order link, that traffic instruction. Here's the file. I agree to broadcast this media file. I put in my name, and again, more like an electronic signature, and you acknowledge that, and it immediately starts downloading that media file for you. Instructions are the same way. You're going to say, hey, I agree to comply with these instructions. Do the same thing, and you acknowledge it, and you see that information. You see that information right there as well as the information in that acknowledgement box. Checking that box right there shows that it's acknowledged, and I say, hey, I got it. We're all good. Certainly, they're not going to do that on all of them, but if you train them well, maybe they will. So now, if I hop back over into ProntoSpot itself, we'll see that we've got that information in this traffic instruction. If I scroll down this information, we've got some activity, but now that I've done the downloads and everything, if I'm just going to reload my screen here, I'm going to see a lot more activity that just showed up. So I'm logged in as this is the login account that I was just in. I agree to comply with those instructions, and it restates what those instructions were and what signature they typed in. It also shows that I downloaded them. It also shows that I agreed to broadcast. It also shows where I came from. Just the fact that I viewed that traffic instruction is also logged in here as well. So if somebody says, oh, I didn't get it, well, you can go in here and see that they actually viewed it, or somebody did at least, and then you see that that's going on right there. And that's it. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. I could certainly show you some other cool features here for bulk media assignments and stuff like that, but we would love to give you a demo and walk you through the whole thing. Here, just let me show you that one last thing. So if I was in here and I've got multiple things here, I can do multiple assignments for media things here. It gives you a different screen, and if I had to assign media to, imagine that there's 20 of these suckers out here and they've all got the same type of thing. I can select those spots, assign media to those spots very quickly, and do the same exact thing I was doing before, and add multiple files in here just like I was doing before. Add multiple rows, all kinds of craziness with different rotations, and I hit save, and then it's going to assign that media file to all of these spots simultaneously. I can do that for 15, 20, 100 different media traffic instructions at the same time. I just hit my browser back button after I've done all that, and that same items are selected. I can click this email traffic instructions, and again, if I had, let me go back one more. Let me just say I'm multiple selecting there, and if I'm emailing multiple traffic instructions out, they're all ready to rock. And again, if these had information in them about specific emails that were coming from Advantage, those would already be populated in here, but certainly you can override that and change those around. So very quickly we can upload a media file, create or look through a bunch of insertion orders, create a bunch of traffic, assign media to that, and get it sent out to these broadcasters, and then they download it, verify that they've got it, and we're ready to go. And that's ProntoSpot. Look forward to talking with you. Thanks.